PrizePicks Fantasy continues to be one of the most fun, most flexible, and easiest ways to make a couple of dollars while watching your favorite sport. And my favorite sport is MMA, and UFC Vegas 105 is this weekend. I'm going to give you a UFC Vegas 105 PrizePicks entry to help you make a few dollars. They'll even give you free money if you play this entry. If you go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, and if you use promo code WWP, PrizePicks will give you $50 instantly after you build your first entry. You make one entry of five measly bucks, $5, and then instantly in your account, you have 50. They 10 times it instantly in your account. So I'm going to give you an entry for UFC Vegas 105. You can throw $5 at it, and then bang, 2 seconds later, you have $50. And you can use that $50 for anything you want. The same entry, a different entry. You can mix and match sports. You can have a lot of fun here. I absolutely love PrizePicks. Get the free money. It is promo code WWP. I'm going to focus very squarely on UFC Vegas 105 and UFC as a whole, but you can see across the top, we've got golf, tennis, we've got college basketball, Formula One racing, darts, video games, all the nonsense. But let's go ahead and focus on UFC. If I take a look right off the rip at significant strikes here, Vanessa Demopoulos 52.5 actually looks pretty good. The more on there would make some sense. She's the striker in this matchup. I don't expect her to offensively grapple, so she should be able to get her hands going. The only reason I'm not going to jump on that is because there is a world where she's held against the cage and Talita is just shooting takedown after takedown, and that will keep the strike volume down. So let's go ahead and scroll down, take a look at Torres Finney. Torres Finney is somebody who I love the over on his line. He's fighting a very tough Robert Valentine. Robert Valentine's tough. He's gritty. He's scrappy. He'll take his beating. He'll make Torres work. So I think this fight might go a little bit longer. I think Torres will absolutely get his hands going, even if he gets his wrestling going. He has gotten past this number before. He's gotten past it in finishes. I think this is a very low number considering Torres' output, his forward pressure, and the fact that every single strike he throws is a significant strike. If we move over to the main event, I like the more on Lerone Murphy as well at 97.5. This is a 5-round fight. Lerone Murphy is coming off a 3-round fight where he was dropped in the first round and had to survive the whole time, and he still put up a whole bunch of significant strikes. His last 5-round fight, he flew past this number. I don't think the only way he doesn't get past this number is if he gets knocked out early by Josh Emmett, and I don't see that happening. I think Lerone Murphy dances around the outside, stays busy, keeps his hands going. I think he's too fast, too clean, and too busy for a sort of wide winging punch Josh Emmett. So I think he gets past this 97.5 significant strike, and I think this goes a full 25 minutes, which only helps that significant strike line. The rest of these all have different caveats, and there's concerns across the board. Brad Tavares should dot up Gerald Mearshard's face, right? Should stay on the outside, should piece him up. But we know what happens when Gerald Mearshard ends up on the ground. Chin could be suspect. Brad Tavares has one win in his last 5 fights, and that was against the returning Chris Weidman. Too many circumstances. Let's go ahead and move over to fight time. If we look at fight time, we don't have a lot of options. We only have 5 here. The Deone Barbosa fight, I frankly think she wins by finish, but we're going to get her on the fantasy score there. Luis Gurul, we are going to do the more here. I think this goes to a decision. Luis is decent. He's dangerous. He moves forward. He can wrestle. He can strike. He can do all those things, but he's fighting a tried and true UFC vet in Ode Osborne. He's fighting Ode Osborne, a person who has fought some of the best people in this division. He's been around for a very long time. He's a durable guy. He's a UFC vet. I think Ode survives. I actually don't think Ode wins, and I think we're fine to get to a decision, let alone past this 12.5 fight minutes. The Joanderson Brito fight, crazy. He might get submitted in 30 seconds. He might knock out Pat Sabatini in 30 seconds. I like the Torres strike line more than his fight minutes. And then I'm not touching that Reese McKee fight. That could go a million different directions. If we take a look at fantasy score, this is where we're going to get Deone Barbosa. Her fantasy score is 96.5. I got her at 95.5 the other day. That 1 point makes no difference whatsoever in this world. I think Deone is going to put a beating on Diana Belbita. She is either going to get 1 million takedowns and smoke from there, or potentially get a finish. In any of those scenarios, I think Deone Barbosa cruises past this number. I think she does really well. I think it's one of the most dominant performances on the card. And frankly, she's a minus 1,100 favorite, so that makes sense. Deone Barbosa is going to be the confident play here. I think my 2 most confident lines are the Deone Barbosa more on the fantasy score and the Torres Finney more on his significant strike line. If you only want to grab those 2 and throw $5 at that, then get your 50, by all means, go for it. Let's go ahead and lock this in. And we've got this locked in. This is our entry. Let's go ahead and take a look. And again, if you want that free money, it's wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP. Get the $50. Use the 50 for whatever you want. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. We got the Torres Finney more on the significant strikes. Lerone Murphy more on his significant strikes. Luis Garul, we're going to get more on that fight time. And then obviously Dione Barboza, we think she gets the finish. We think she puts on a show. And we think she gets past her fantasy score. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP.